sometimes say, well, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Or partners would say, well, that doesn't make sense, or that's spooky. So I think we really get talked out of it, but intuition is something we're all born with. Everybody has it. There's nothing actually special about it. It's another sense, much like smelling or hearing is. And the difference is we just tend to ignore it. I mean, it is a way to gather information without facts. And I know again, I'm very lucky. I grew up in a household with farm folks. Farm folks are all about the intuition. And my grandmother was super Catholic, and Catholic people are also all about lighting candles for this saint and that saint. So there was always magic in my household. There was always that intuitive process thing. And it's just very interesting that people now are more interested in learning how to develop it. When I just think back in the day, and you probably remember this too, it was looked on as something spooky or scary, or you were weird if you had vibes or whatever you want to call it. But it's something we can all access. We just have to learn to trust it by paying attention and really paying attention.
Also, it's sort of that first voice is what you should pay attention to. So lots of times we second guess, and that second voice is usually wrong, right?
Oh yeah, well, the other thing is we're told, well, don't be judgmental. And I think when we tell people don't be judgmental, especially when you tell it to children, you're telling them right then, don't trust your judgment. And that's something I think I struggle with. I always thought, oh my God, you're being so judgy. I say, well, wait a minute though, what if I'm right? And I mean, Don Miguel Ruiz put out this the 4 agreements, and one of the things in there is that you're not supposed to make assumptions. And one of the things I like to say to that is, but what if your assumptions are right? And oftentimes, I'll be making assumptions and stuff, or whatever you want to call it. And sometimes, even my husband will be like, well, that's being a little judgmental. I said, nah, I know I'm right. And then something will happen that confirms it. I'm like, I told you.
Well, you got your moon in Scorpio. That's like, goes right to the heart, right? How can you not be judgmental with moon in Scorpio? And I'm Scorpio rising. Monty's got Pluto on his ascendant. Theresa, we've had such great Zoom conversations at a couple of events where we talked astrology and tarot in depth, and it's so fun to share all that with you.
Speaking of events, I mean, when I first met Jeffrey and I went to that amazing Vaughn event in San Jose, and Jeffrey would walk in to a room full of successful people, and I mean people, people like the head of the FCC. And when Jeffrey opened his mouth, they all listened because, the room got quiet because his intuition was so highly developed at that time. And it's been so much fun for me to see you become like a total oracle now, Jeffrey, where you're even willing to do the psychic stuff, or be on a show with all of us other oracles. and then share it with us. It's just so nice for me.
Well, the biggest challenge, I think, is speaking your truth and breaking down that fifth wall. If the fourth wall is talking to the audience and breaking through on TV, the fifth wall is talking through yourself, and letting your truth come through you, and being able to let go of the barriers and let go of being the fear of either being right or wrong, but speaking what you believe to be in the flow to be shared with that moment. And so, when you're an entrepreneur, there are times when no one else in the room will agree with you because you see the future. You're ahead of where they are. So if you look for people to buy into it, people will say they don't get it. And I've never let that stop me from doing things. Originally, I should say that I learned not to let it stop me from doing things, because it's not whether you're right or wrong. And it's not if you're right, but if you don't do it, when will the chance come again to do it? So I've learned to go with it, and to believe and allow the belief that whatever needs to be said is spoken. And so when I was hosting the conferences, a lot of what I spoke about, it was sort of like the cross between The Secret Life of Walter Mitty and being there. Because I was speaking, I thought the obvious, but people were interpreting what I was saying to have much higher meaning, when I literally happened to be in a moment and I shared what I thought, and it turned out to have other meanings. But at the same time, it was really special just to be there, and so to be around others. And so for a while, I started to create products that I thought that should exist. The fact they didn't exist yet meant that it just had not happened yet. It's not that there were bad ideas.
Well, it's just like Ask the Oracles, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you created this.
We did. So just do it. So it's wonderful to be around people to ask questions freely and openly, no judging. And one of the reasons I believe this works here is that there's no, we maintain a positive energy space, right? We're here with respect of each other. We're here not to judge, but to listen and to ask and to explore, and that we have the opportunities to be vulnerable. We have opportunities to be on the edge of ourselves as much as others, and collectively and together we're able to then move through time. So I kind of like that.
I kind of like it too.
See what you've gotten yourself into, Theresa?
Oh my
Your
God.
usual daily métier.
Well, Theresa, you kind of focus on entrepreneurship for people and help them through that also, just like Jeff has always dealt with startups and advising startups, and we ourselves are entrepreneurs. But I find these days a lot of people want to do their own thing more than ever. The pandemic has kind of given them the chance to really think about what they really want to do for themselves on their own.
Yeah, well, one thing I will say though, I'm kind of the angel of death for entrepreneurship because a lot of people are not cut out to be entrepreneurs. I'm sorry to say that. It's actually it seems very glamorous, very fun, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And oftentimes there's people who are teaching these things like how to like build a business and make 6 figures with working 4 hours a week. And it's giving people a lot of bad ideas. What people don't realize, it's a lot of work, and you got to pay for your own health insurance and taxes, and you have to think about those things. So I'm very grounded and down to earth, and that makes people kind of get a little bit like, oh, she's a bummer. It's like, no. I'm going to help you succeed, but you have to have a foundation. You've got to make sure you set yourself up right. And you also have to have the stomach for an unpredictable income. And a lot of people don't.
Well, I remember years ago, you were doing blogs and you asked us if we wanted to contribute, our entrepreneurship advice. And I said, nobody wants to do the work.
Yes.
And then I felt a little guilty, like that was unkind, but
no, actually you're saving people, because I think there are people who are promoting that it's easy to be an entrepreneur. And I think those people they're putting a dangerous thing out there. They're not really helping people. They're setting you up then when it doesn't take off right away to really feel like crap, like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? It's like, well, you're not doing anything wrong. You might be setting it up right, but it takes time. And sometimes it's also a little bit of luck for certain people.
That's true. And, I've been posting on Facebook lately what I call meme life, which is our version of thug life. And just like meme life, thug life, you don't necessarily mean you're going to live a long time or prosper,
or all your dreams aren't going to come true all at once.
Right. Same thing happens with thug life. But when you're living meme life and you're doing all these things, you're doing it all right, there's no guarantee you're going to make a nickel.
I know plenty of people who do everything right and they're not making money. And sometimes, again, it just is it's not you. Entrepreneurship is just really flipping hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes the way to do it is to keep your foot in something that does give you more security and start the entrepreneurship on the side. That's what we did.
Right. And Theresa, Jeffrey has Pulver EDU, Jeffrey and Lauren and Harry, and they do these classes. One of the classes Jeffrey gave, I think you gave this twice, Jeffrey, was how not to pitch me, because Jeffrey's a seed investor.
How not to pitch your startup,
which is worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and you were charging $20 for people to learn how not to pitch your startup.
Yeah, I mean,
and there's so much. I'm sorry.
I've had the really, I'm really grateful for the fact that I've invested in over 400 startups, and I've done a few myself. And I shared over the years the certain things that people have in common in terms of how they present themselves, their ideas, and their businesses. So I whenever I can, I look to share what I've absorbed as ways not to necessarily guarantee success, but at least go over my pet peeves of how people what they feel, how they present their companies, with the hope that they will speak and get what they want without following the model that they're told they have to follow.
That's so nice of you and generous of you.
It is.
I just got a query. I know you, Theresa, bitch about how people handle some of these questions that they throw at you. And somebody just wrote to me, tell me how to do an app, because I see that you have an app with sometimes it's just simple manners are part of the mix, right?
And there's
I like your work.
Right.
I hope I'm not,
disrupting. There's
a
great Yiddish word, schmooze, right? And it also brings up the other one, schnorrer, which is where you expect stuff for nothing. And they're like, why don't you take time out of your busy day to explain to me how to do my business
Well,
that you've spent 100 years learning?
The art of the schmooze.
It's always very shocking to me when people will show up in an inbox and, you know, they want to pick your brain, or they send these really long, detailed emails and assume that we have time for that. And I mean, I'm right now in the midst of writing, I think it's going to be my 7th or 8th book. And I've got a family, and I've got a very obnoxious cat. And, you know, I have a Patreon thing that I do. It's like, I don't have time for this.
But you give so much away for free. You do so much for free. And so, yeah.
What'd you say, Jeffrey?
I promise you, I have a crazy social media network. I didn't realize I should say yes to everyone who wanted to friend me on LinkedIn. So I have 30,000 people on LinkedIn I said yes to. And every once in a while, like, people want free advice. You know, I've learned to charge money for my time, but oh my goodness, if I don't offer these people what they want, they get offensive. They get
Yes.
and go
I've
on
had
the
people get abusive if if they
And-
reach out and they want like a free reading, or they want some picking my advice, and if I say no, they're mad.
What Theresa didn't mention is that if you happen to be intuitive and slightly empathic, you have an opportunity to attract, we'll say, quote unquote, batshit crazy people into your life. And sometimes people go to the extreme, and they just feel that you're here to serve them no matter what, and no words other than giving them exactly what they want will satisfy their desires. And
Wait a minute, are you mean that everybody isn't here to serve me? Wait a minute, I'm shocked to find gambling in this establishment.
Wait a second, all you guys that are in Asset Oracles, we don't mean any of you.
We don't mean any of you. We want you to ask.
You can ask anything you want. You're allowed.
All right, we didn't even give the old.
This is our sacred space. We're here with you together.
Right.
I'm just sharing my own experiences on LinkedIn. And I was going to say that it's the schmooze. Now, if I was having a conversation with somebody in a meaningful way, you know, when I would travel, I would have a cup of coffee with anybody. And during that and I would even pay for the coffee, and I would answer anyone's questions because it was friendly. It was direct, but it was comfortable, and it was wonderful. And I felt like energetically balanced. I didn't feel like someone was draining.
Well, everyone here is family. So you know your family when we bitch in front of you and complain about crap.
Which reminds me, we should probably start answering other people's questions.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I just wanted to say, when people say to me, I want to pick your brain, I always say to them, wait till I'm dead.
Gosh. Yeah. Oh God. Wow. Hey, Lauren.
Hi, everybody.
Diane. There's Diane.
You think it's time to move on, huh?
Yeah.
There we go.
And there's Lori.
Yes,
oh my God,
we got people here who love you.
We got previous guest oracles.
Yes,
we've had a lot of our friends from the Reader Studio, which we really appreciate how wonderful the Reader Studio even more is, because we met so many fabulous people.
The Reader Studio, which we now call our green room.
I miss the Reader Studio. Oh my God.
It was fun.
It was.
I hope it comes back.
It'll come back.
Soon. All right. So our first question today is from Bernie.
What a surprise.
Well, he's surprised that he's
forest
first.
dweller.
I hope it's not interpreting a dream or a meditation.
Right. What's the question today, Bernie?
What's the question? Okay, 3 animals showed up in a meditation, and one of them was a red crow. The image that came across was, yeah, I know, you don't want these.
Hey, wait.
It's got to be a question.
I'm getting to the question. You got to
not dream interpretation. It should be a question, or else we'll be here all month.
Where are they leading me? Where are they leading me?
Why are the
No, where are they leading me?
Where are they leading him?
Where?
And there was a little end piece on that. On my thing was also, by the way, the contract's coming. So abundance. In other words, your past reads were really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Giving you feedback too.
Thank you. So, but I'm not sure I understand the question. Either my headphone might have cut out.
Okay, so the key is the red crow, and it was like looking at Aboriginal art, the wing, and I attributed some sort of significance. Where are they leading me?
Where are they reading you?
Leading me.
Leading you. Oh, I'm
A
sorry.
new opportunity. I got the opportunity card. So this is the 3 of Wands.
Theresa, don't worry. It gets easier from here on in.
Yeah, I don't do animal interpretations. That's not my forte at all.
I think this is, well, this combines dream and animal, so it's like, they like to test us, you know, which is good. So Amy's the dream expert.
Well, I just said it meant opportunities.
Right. Red Cross to me sounds like Red Cross for some reason. So
And giving blood. Great.
right. So that might be
Well, let's go on to a real question.
yes. From someone else, you mean?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Let's ask the dream interpretation oracles. We're very specialized here.
Jeff, did you have anything you wanted to add?
We're like podiatrists.
Okay.
Okay.
Our next question today is from Barrett.
Hi, Barrett.
Hi, Barrett.
Hi guys. So to my surprise, my fiance wants to get married next year. So the odds of getting married next year are
Better.
better.
You mean you're asking if that's a good idea?
If that's a good idea, or if it's going to happen.
Well,
Those are
if
two
it's going to
questions.
happen, it's going to be up to you.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know if it's good. I'm just saying, is next year possible? Is COVID still going to be around? Or are we going to be able to have a normal?
I get the Princess of Wands, so I think you should let her make the decision.
Yeah. And this is an impetuous card.
Listen to her.
And Theresa got the Fool.
Take the leap of faith. Go for it. Dive in. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, really.
Well, we would do it now, but we don't want to have a restraint on our wedding party. So we
Ah.
want to have
I wouldn't
Oh,
worry
well,
about it.
Theresa-
I think by next year you'll be good. And the cards are good. And you know what the Kabbalah says? A man finds freedom in marriage. So there you go.
Go with that.
something like
I
that.
have.
Well, you know, the main thing is if you love each other.
Right.
We were just talking about that. It's mainly the party to celebrate your love. Well,
Right.
Theresa was just the mother of the bride, so she knows about that. They had to put their wedding off for a while, right?
They put it off for a year and they're going to do the reception next year.
That's yeah.
Oh,
Ah, good idea.
That'll give the uncles a year to get crazier than they are right now.
My brother's going to be ready. My brother's going to be ready to oh my God.
They're right now they're buying stripper uniforms that they could tear off in the middle of the ceremony.
But the
And
good
he
news
wants
is
that.
more presents, right?
Yeah, they have a year where they can't say, well, I don't have any money. They could save for a year now. Even if it's a penny a day.
I hope that helps. But
Oh, boy.
Yeah, this will teach you to ask the oracles about a wedding that 2 days after Teresa's daughter got married.
Right.
I say go for it.
Go for
Yes,
it.
we say 2. Go for it. Everybody on the,
Okay, Lauren, number 3.
we're really blasting through today.
Number 3 is from, I think it's Edgy. No, Joyce?
Joyce.
Oh, sorry, Joyce.
Are you pronouncing her name backwards?
No, there's someone.
Judge.
that's Joyce.
Yes, you.
Hi, Joyce.
Hi,
Joyce
Joyce.
is first. Sorry.
Joyce is the one who had your book, Teresa.
Yay.
I do.
One of many, many thousands of people that have your book, which I endorse 100%. It's the best book to learn astrology.
Thank you, Monty.
Well, it's true. It's the one I wish I had.
Oh, you're waiting for me to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's your question. You're
Well, my
on.
question, I don't even remember exactly how I worded it, but
Well-
I wanted to know, and this might be familiar to you, if you feel that I'm going to Italy this summer, because
Well-
some things have changed, and I would like to say that I want to prepare to be able to do it, but I'm not completely convinced that Italy will be ready for
Yeah,
us.
because they just went into lockdown again.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
I know.
Joyce, I have friends in Venice and in Milan, and
Yeah.
so even if you're ready to go, and even if you have all the ability
Right.
from here to go, they may not be able to receive you, and you
Right.
may not have the experience that you're hoping for, waiting for, looking for.
Right.
You don't mean this summer. You mean next year.
She means this
That's
summer.
a possibility, but I'm asking about this summer.
This summer, I feel that you're going to have you're going to be playing those with the restrictions, and
Too
you're
much
not.
restrictions.
It's unfortunate. I think on their side, not your side. It's just not
Right.
going to work. But I didn't pull any cards. I'm just dealing with friends in Italy.
Wait,
Right.
what
How'd
is
you
it?
get, Teresa?
The judgment reversed. And to me, that says we are going to, you expect a delay, expect another announcement. And also when I look at this card, I see everybody rising up, they're ready to go, but it's like there's somebody saying, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, is how I see this.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's almost the way I see that. Do you know what I mean? I put things in motion, but it doesn't sit. Yeah. What's that?
I got the Four of Wands, which is the Thanksgiving card, and the couple is back to back together. So you and Aldo, no matter what happens, you'll be together and protected and happy and celebrating whatever you celebrate.
I love that. We celebrate every moment. So
I know you do.
We do too, yeah, and we know you do. Yeah, and I picked a karma card and reminding myself that I should have in the instructions put in how do you pick them up off the table, because I was having trouble getting them off the table. But I got the Mercury card, and which is let your mind tell you, be logical, not emotional.
And flexible, right?
Yeah.
I just remembered to give a shout out to our sponsor.
We have a sponsor, Theresa.
Ooh,
Cartomancer magazine.
It's a great magazine.
And this is a previous issue, but it's always chock full of great divination advice and tarot advice, and
there's our
oracle
creativity
advice.
oracle. Yeah, but they're really nice, and I hope some people are signing up for at least the online version.
I think it's in the chat, maybe the link
To the
to the
Cartomancer.
Cartomancer.
God, we're so professional.
You are.
Thank you.
I know, it's
Thank you
scary,
so
right?
much.
You're welcome,
You're
Joyce.
welcome, Joyce.
Okay.
Lauren.
Oops, there we go. Our next question is from Edgy.
Now I want to see how that's
Who's
spelled.
edgy?
I'm not sure if I said it right, but you just have to say hello and they'll be able to hear you once you unmute.
Hi,
Right.
it's me. Edge is because my full name is too complicated, Edge Anjali. And then I went overseas to work. They say, oh, Edge, I used to be a high diver, diving from 27-meter height.
Oh my God.
Wow,
Wow.
talking about going off the
So
edge.
the name fits.
I love edgy. That's a great name. What's
Yeah.
your question?
Okay, thank you. I'm waiting to move to a house in a city different than mine, but it's a kind of a small city full of surfers. But somehow all the rich people, they decide to go there at the same time. And I cannot find a house to rent, only to buy. And right now I don't have that money to buy one. I would love to. So I'm kind of jumping from people's house. I'm kind of
what's
a
the question?
gypsy.
You want to know if you're going
If
to
I'm gonna be
find
able to find a house this month, or soon, or when. Thank
To
you for
rent?
that.
to rent?
Yeah, to rent.
I mean, I
please.
wish I got a better answer psychically, but I felt that you're not going to find one for a while because right now you're living in the gold rush.
Oh man, Brazil is just chaotic. This is the worst country to live during this pandemic times, and
I've heard
in
that,
this
yeah.
particular city,
What'd you
people
get,
just going
Theresa?
crazy.
I got the Lover's Reverse, which means your choices right now aren't great, and you might be waiting till June.
Yeah.
What deck are you using, Teresa?
Wow.
The Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith deck.
Okay. I got the Empress. So the first hit I got on that is someplace with a garden. I don't know if you could be a caretaker at some place, make some sort of deal, not just to rent, but also to care for some incredible garden.
Jeffrey, did you get any hits? I'm waiting
Yeah,
for your
well,
3-card reading.
I got a no on the immediate, but I did get this: a truth, direction, and collaboration. So you're speaking the truth, and you'll find the direction. But I think the answer is to find someone else to share a house with.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
collaborate with others, and that will be the key to finding a place sooner rather than later, because you are going to be fighting for a while.
Yeah.
To find that even mix.
Yeah. I mean, we live in a place in Long Island called the Hamptons.
It's the same thing out here where
Yeah.
everyone from New York is coming out here.
And the New York posted an article that said that 2,700 people changed their address from New York City to East Hampton alone.
Wow.
So when you, and that's why all of a sudden the real estate out here has gone out of sight. So you're riding the crest of, you say it's a village of surfers. The wave right now is everybody's trying to sell their place for as much as they can get. You got to wait till that wave crashes.
Well, nobody wants to live in Milwaukee, so there's plenty of places here.
And the surf is awesome in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let us know what happens, Edgy.
Yeah, you have the coolest name ever.
All right. Our next question today is from Allison. Allison Koch, I think. Yeah.
Hi, Allison.
Hi, Allison. I don't see you. Oh, there
I
we
see
go.
Allison. but
I see Allison.
Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, you got to unmute yourself so we can hear your question.
Yep.
Oh, you're unmuted. You're good.
So in January, you told me to go ahead and put my book offer in on February 16th. So I did that. And I did the card for the year with Theresa. I'm one of her Astro Biz people.
It's 1 o'clock.
And I've been just, just practicing faith and just following all the messages. And last night in the middle of the night, I got woken up to this voice in my ear saying, more people are coming. You're going to have to open up your calendar for more appointments. And it woke me right up. So
That's
I wrote
cool.
it down immediately. I feel the word for the year was opportunities when I meditated on that. So
But what's your question?
What's your question, Allison?
What's your question? Because we want to get to as many people as possible.
yeah, and my question is this is the most fertile energy I think I've ever felt at one time. And I'm trying to ride it and not be afraid that I'm missing something. So am I missing anything?
I hear no. I mean, psychically, I hear no. We had a friend, he's unfortunately not with us anymore, named Jerry Epstein. And he said, you have to separate your attention from your intention. And you've done that. Theresa, what'd you get?
And I got the King of Pentacles, which is my King Midas card. That means you're planting all the right seeds in the right soil and things are growing. They're growing for you, Allison.
Yes, thank you. That's what it feels.
Yeah, I mean, as all us entrepreneurs know, you got to set it and forget it because you got to move on. You can't just stand there saying, is it going to happen or is it not going to happen?
Or how it's, not be attached to how it's going to happen. I got the Hangman.
Ooh.
Which I mean, it's telling you to hang in there, to be still, not get anxious with expectations about when it's going to happen. But there's a lot to be done just in the now by being still and hanging in there.
It's the one card in the tarot that everybody wants to be reversed because then he's dancing.
Well, I got to thank Theresa because this has been 3 years of laying the foundation and finally launching.
Well,
congratulations.
You know what George Benson, the amazing guitarist, said? I was an overnight success after 26 years.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Theresa, what is she referring to? What classes?
Oh, I have this subscription service called the AstroBiz Digest, which is a weekly forecast geared for entrepreneurs. And we also do a monthly summary. And so every week it says, this is what's going on with the planets. This is a good day to pitch the media. This is a good day to send in a book proposal, or this day is going to be a bunch of assholes. Stay offline, So it's really to keep entrepreneurs on track because I mean, I pay attention very, very closely, especially to the moon for every decision I make around my business. It really helps.
It really does. I mean, now there's so much in Pisces, right? Sometimes it's a little confusing, this energy. It's very emotional.
Yes.
This is where everything is now.
Yes.
The moon's in Aries, and
if you go to speaker view, you'll be able to see Monty better.
Yeah, if you put it
we're just talking about the astrology of right now.
Right. This is where everything is now as viewed from East Hampton. It's sort of noon. That's the sun up there in Pisces. That's Chiron in Aries and the moon in Aries. And there's still a lot of Aquarius going on, a lot of crazy stuff still going on. And Mars is in Gemini. Good time for writing, right? And communicating.
Yes. Awesome time for writing, social media, getting your point across, all of that.
And by the way, everybody on Instagram, Theresa is the Tarot Lady. And also on Facebook, you're the Tarot Lady. And you give such, you're giving all the time and communicating with your audience and telling people what's going on, feeling the pulse. When did you start to become the Tarot Lady?
Well, that's It's actually the dumbest thing ever. I would have clients, I've been reading professionally for about 30 years, and I would have people say, well, I have to come and see my tarot lady. And so when I put up the website, I'm like, oh, I'll just use that. So there was really no thought behind it, except for that's what people always would say.
That's so great.
It stuck.
Yes.
Jeffrey, has Pulver EDU opened up again?
It's on pause. Well, we had a couple of classes, but we're kicking off, I think, April 5th. Where our spring semester is kicking off April 5th.
There are 2 classes that will take place before then. The Rebbitzin will have one more on mysticism, and there'll be Ellie Goldsmith has a Unity class, which is on.
But our new
23rd.
classes our new semester kicks off April 5th.
Did you just say you have a rabbi teaching Kabbalistic mysticism?
Yes.
That's
a
so great.
Rebbitzin, not a rabbi. The rabbi's wife.
Oh, okay, forgive me. Sorry.
Okay.
So that's April 5th. So we're actually going to have some fun courses. New teachers, people that we started the onboarding process for the winter, we move them to the spring. So we're looking forward to a fun spring semester.
And you're still doing the music.
Yeah, actually this week on Thursday, I have our first songwriters in the round. So I have 4 singer-songwriters, one from Canada, one from the US, and 2 in Ireland. And we're going through the creative process of songwriting, and they'll all be singing original music. Some songs will be not finished, but they'll be talking about the processes of what it's like to create a song, and hopefully collaborating with each other in the round. So instead of being physically together, we'll be across continents, across water, but we will be connected. And that's Thursday at 2 o'clock Eastern. And it's for people in Europe, as they may know, it's only there's 1 hour time difference less. So that to the UK, it's only a 4-hour time difference for us. To Central Europe, it's 5, and to the Middle East, like Israel, it's 6. So we have 2 weeks like that until the end of March, and then we catch up again.
That's so cool. And we have a new book coming out.
We do.
Since we're giving shout outs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our book, which is due in the stores and online April 13th, it's called Mindful Astrology. And it's all about your sun, your moon, and your rising sign and how they all work together. We got an endorsement from Theresa.
Yes, we did.
Of course. It's so good.
Thank
so
you.
Good.
We're going to be giving a giveaway on Instagram with your book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is basically all you need to know to learn astrology, our book with your book, right?
That's
We're gonna
it.
get you all set up.
We'll put you in the pandemic on a desert island. You'll be an astrologer when you come off the island. There's no way around it. And then everybody, here's a special treat. I don't even know if I have authorization to show this, but here's the cover for Amy's new coffee table art book.
That comes out in August.
So gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
guys.
nice.
And
256 pages of everything we do.
Amy's whole life. And
In
art
one
and
book.
fashion and jewelry and everything.
And oracles.
Yep, it's everything. There's 8 different worlds we go through.
We're kind of excited about that.
Yep.
Anyhow, let's get back to our question.
Yeah, sorry.
Wow, Lauren.
Right. Are we ready for the next question? Is from
Yes.
Ted. Welcome,
Okay.
Ted.
Hey, Ted.
Hi there. I'm not used to speaking in front of a group of people, so I'm just freezing. Anyway, I want to update a piece of technology, an iPad, and I've come up with a list of all the really great reasons why this would be a good idea to do this, all the things it will allow me to do, and so on. And yet I'm balking at making the final decision to go in and lay down the bucks. So my question is, what's the thing I need to know to make the best decision on this?
I don't know if this is still true, but back in the days of 8088 computers, they would always say, pick what you want to do with it first, and then get the stuff that does what you want to do.
Right.
I get the 8 of Wands, and this card is all about communications and quick communications and sending love out and receiving love. So I think it's really going to enhance your life and make it a lot easier. So it's like a yes, do it kind of card.
That's
What do
right.
you get, Theresa?
She got the Fool.
You got
I
the
got the
Fool.
Fool. It's time for new beginnings. And okay, so of course I'm going to say, because I'm a tech fanatic, I always get the newest tech. My husband thinks I'm the most wasteful person on the planet, but I'm like, I want my stuff updated and working well. So I'm like this, I will dive right in. And I think this is saying, just do it. Just plunk down the cash.
You'll be
Why-
happy you did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And wait a minute, we happen to have a tech oracle for real as the host of our show, Jeff Pulver, with his own FCC decision, the Pulver decision. So you should know, Jeff.
Yeah, well, I also pulled cards, but yeah, I was going to say I was first agreeing with the idea of communicating, but Ted, it's really up to you. You need to see it and feel it yourself. That no matter what any of us tell you, you need to feel that this is what's right for you.
Right.
That you have to be at peace with that, and then you'll do what's needed, regardless of what's said. And so so as much as you reach outward, I can tell you from my own experiences that sometimes you have to look inside to find the outside. But they were mentioning new start. Well, anyway, I just found this. Maybe the order is incorrect, but these are the 3 words I found: visualize, perfectionism, and new start. And if anything, maybe you suffer from perfectionism.
He's trying to make the perfect decision.
Maybe you're trying to make it perfect. And when you realize not everything is going to be perfect, particularly with tech, that it takes iterations, that you actually let go. I mean, when I had a software development company, I drove one of my teams absolutely batty because we released version 1. Version 2 never saw the light of day. I went to version 3 because I micromanaged people so much that I got to version 3 before we even got to version 2 out the door. So so sometimes I learned you need to let go and be good with what you feel is the best you can do. And it's that plus being agile in 2021.
Yeah.
And remember the unwritten law, which is the computer you want is $3,000. It's been true for the last 20 years. And
he wants an iPad.
Well, okay, they do make things, they make covers for the iPad that have keyboards in them,
Yeah.
and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
I think you got your answer. You should do it. Don't be too perfectionistic.
and if the newest one's going to come out the day after you buy it, there's no way around it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That just happens.
The perfectionism piece from Jeff is actually, I think that's the chunk. I want to make sure I'm I'm getting really hung up on, as opposed to just, as Theresa would say, like,
There's so much good tech now, as Theresa will
Yep.
swear to. I mean, I can't walk through the entrance to Costco because they have the latest television right there. I have to stop myself like Odysseus. I have to be last to the shopping cart, or else I'm going to go over there and buy this goddamn
Okay, what are
thing.
we going to do with that old new TV?
That's the only thing that's stopped. That's Amy's siren song. She says, "What will we do with the old TV?"
Well-
and then I don't buy the new one.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, Lauren.
You're
Typing in the text, just catching up. Okay, Phylon, right? Phylon, you're next.
Hold
Falon.
on.
Milan.
Phylon, I did it again. I'm gonna have to
Now
write
she,
it out.
now she has 3 agents working for her to make sure we pronounce her name right.
It's like hair salon, but it's Falon.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So try not to ask a moving question or a question about a job. So I just need a card. I'm having a hard time staying motivated right now. So I need a card that's just gonna give me something for the next 3 to.
Don't give up. I want you to be Dr. Falon, right?
I'm trying. I'm having a hard time staying motivated though.
What you mean for your PhD?
For everything, it's just the move, my job, my location. So it's all running together. So if I don't like where I work, I don't like where I live, I'm having a hard time staying motivated.
It's the pandemic. Everybody's got spilchus, which is a really great Yiddish word meaning ants in your pants.
Yes,
everybody,
springtime.
and Uranus could be making aspects to your natal chart where you want something new. What did you choose? The tarot lady and the art lady.
So I chose the 10 of Cups. That means you need to ask for
that's nice.
support. If you ask for support and have other people behind you right now, even if it's just a word of encouragement or cheering you on, that is going to help you to stay motivated as you work towards your goals, which, by the way, you're going to reach those goals no matter how unmotivated you are. You're still going to get there. But with a little support and people cheering you on, it's going to help you to stay on track. Keep going.
We're cheering.
I got this is from our new deck. It's
Ooh.
just a mock-up. It's the Escapist. So that to me reminds me of the Pisces energy now. We might not want to deal with, like you said, you're dealing with a job you don't like, etc. You just want to run away from all that and pull the covers over your head. So that's not really a help. It's just kind of describing.
Right.
Yeah.
But
What's
I know.
interesting is when I asked the question about my grandmother a couple weeks ago, I got the 10 of Cups.
Oh, that's
Ah,
amazing.
Remember what she said, then that's kind of a tie-in.
Yeah, that means it means you're a winner. And
She had fun, right? Wasn't she like
Yeah,
the vibe of her?
oh yeah, I psychically picked up on. I all of a sudden felt like I was at a party dancing.
Yeah, uh-huh. And so, yeah, I got the 10 of Cups then also.
And since I'm the worst dancer in the world, that's a
Oh,
very.
no, I am. I am.
Oh, I think we need to have a dance. You know,
My
well,
son
a
says I'm
dance
like that.
off.
My son says I'm like that chick from Seinfeld. He says, "Mom, don't dance."
oh, you,
Dance.
no, I think we're gonna have a new Zoom show called Unsoul Train.
Oh my God.
With
Oh,
with
boy.
the two of us will start it off dancing, and then no one will watch the show.
That's
No one will
funny.
watch it. We'll be. That'll be the shortest show
Yeah,
ever.
take it, add 1 and 2, and everybody, we're going home. So sorry. Sorry,
All
Lauren.
right. We got, it's good. Marianne, you are next.
Where is Mary Ann?
Hey, Marianne.
Oh, hi, Mary Ann, my newest student.
Yes, I'm loving it. Okay, my question today is, how do I connect to my higher self in order to be happier?
That's the question.
That's a good question.
Always a good question.
Always, yeah. That's like, when is it time to feed the cat? It's always true.
I get the judgment card. So I think you've had techniques and ways to do it in the past that you have to kind of pull in again.
Okay.
You know, it's time. You know, it's time.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm always a big believer in gratitude. What did Theresa get?
I got the Page of Pentacles. So first of all, grounding and centering is really important. The
Yes.
more grounded you are, the more likely you're going to be able to stay focused on what matters. And when you stay focused on what matters, which is what this Page of Pentacles is all about, your values, the things that are important to you, you're going to be happier.
Okay, great.
Ground and center and focus on what matters.
It's so true for all of us now.
Yes.
I mean, I admire all of us and I give us all kudos for getting through this crazy year, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think I feel more grateful than ever just to wake up in the morning, and everything sort of flows out of that. And grateful to be able to feed our cat, who's going to be 20 on Amy's birthday in a few days.
Wow.
Yeah, 20-year-old cat.
Do you have anything, Jeff?
I was about to pull, but I kind of think you have the answer to yourself already. I think that you know what to do, and that whatever we tell you is just going to reinforce. But I think you intuitively actually understand the process yourself. As Theresa, it was said, I think you had your rituals, and I believe you just need to follow what you need to do that you know you've done before, and you are connected to your higher self. That it's internal to you. It's not an external action. It's actually an internal action where you, maybe through dream, maybe through awareness, maybe through meditation, you just have to open up your flow and allow yourself to be connected. And that's a ritual for you, a process for you to adopt or to restart, I should say. So
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Okay, our next question today is from Sherry Lynn.
Hi, Sherry Lynn.
Whoa.
Good morning. It's morning here where I live.
Good morning.
I'll just read what I wrote on the chat here. I've been speaking with a guy now for 7 months. He's building my cousin's house next door, and I moved next door to her in July of last year.
I'm not sure I understood what you just said.
It's a little hard to hear.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little echoey for some reason.
Oh no. What do I do?
No,
Just say it again.
Yeah, just get closer to the computer and say it again.
So I moved to a new city in July, and I live next door to my cousin, and her house is being built. And I met a guy about 7 months ago, and he's the builder. He built the house that I'm living in. And we've kind of grown into this relationship. We haven't dated or anything, but I don't know, it's been really nice.
But what's the question?
What's the question?
What's the
The question
question?
is, I'm wondering, like, once her house is finished being built, if the relationship will move on to the next level.
So you want to know if the relationship's going to last?
Yeah, I guess, or if we're going to start dating and actually build something now, because he'd be free to, he's not working for my cousin anymore.
Okay. Full disclosure, I don't trust any man that's ever walked the earth. Okay, that's just me. Traitor to my sex. That's just how I roll.
What do you get, Theresa?
Well, I got the strength card. I think right now you are building a nice, strong foundation. I think once he's done building this house, though, it's going to be challenging to take this to the next level. So I would not be focusing on where this is going. I would be focusing on continuing strengthening what you have, because that's going to determine everything right now. So I see this two different ways. It's like, again, you're building something. It's part of the pun, he's building too. And after he's done, it will be more challenging. So just focus on now, keep building what you have. Don't worry about where this is going. Worry about, or not worry about, but really, again, focus on strengthening your connection. And also when I look at this card, she's taking charge. If you want this to be romantic, you may have to do your part to lead him in that direction. And guys, I'm not being sexist, but men need to be led. They need to be told sometimes.
Yep. Well, especially nowadays when people are just so afraid of being offensive. So I got limits. Know that limiting attitudes are often formed as protective reactions to past events. So I think make sure that your past is not informing this moment.
In other words, if something hasn't worked out the way you wanted, you might have your doubts now. I picked a card from our Enchanted Love Tarot because it's a love question. And I got the Hierophant, which is tradition in this particular deck. That's the key word, but it came up reversed. So, you know, he might not be as mature as you would like, you know, I think, like Theresa said, you can stick with it. You know, it might not work out exactly the way you want.
And I will just amplify. Well, I was thinking something when Monty was speaking, and I think the takeaway that I had to share with you is that if you have words to say, you should say them sooner rather than later. Don't hold back. That you need to have the courage to basically be in your flow and to speak your truth at any time, particularly a relationship that's going to be pivoting based on the exit point of something else. So I think the courage to speak is really key here, and for you to be in the same plane as him, because he may be thinking one thing, you may be thinking something else. He may not even understand your desires to take the relationship any differently than where it already is.
That's good advice, Jeff.
That is very good advice.
Now, that said, I did pull these cards right after I was thinking that. Secrets, counsel, and courage.
Courage.
But I actually, what I shared before is that's just, I mean, so that I think there's something to be said about not putting things off. And it's not to accelerate the relationship to where you don't want to take it, but life is things happen every day. And there maybe it's something happened where you could not, where you don't have a chance to tell them how you feel. So I would emphasize speaking sooner rather than later, and not waiting for the completion of the house or the work to be the trigger for you to speak your truth to him.
And I just want to point out, today's a really great day for how your intuition is telling you stuff, because we have the planet Neptune, Venus, and the Sun are close enough to where they're on this. They're really close. So today's a day where you'd be attractive and you'd have great intuition. So, and this goes for everybody, really. This falls somewhere in everybody's chart. The Sun, Venus, and Neptune being within 6 degrees of each other in the sign of Pisces, which is about intuition. So if you have a feeling about it, I would honor that feeling and investigate it.
So put all these pieces together, Sherry Lynn. Hope it helps.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're
was
welcome.
fun.
Okay, our next question is from Ron and Jacqueline.
Hello and welcome back.
Hi, Ron and Jacqueline.
Hi, let me show you what we bought.
Oh,
cool.
Nice combo. That's such a nice combo.
Wait a minute,
Thank
we're
you.
gonna have to have you on as a guest one time. You're gonna become hell of a reader.
So where's my question?
So, and your question is,
Wait a minute.
how can you buy more copies of our books? Well, that's a great question, Ron and Jacqueline.
I'm getting ready to, well, I'm thinking about taking this 1 3-day course. And I'm wondering if I should go ahead and do it. It's all Zoom. because I think it's going to be beneficial.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
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 I think I got the Nine of Pentacles, which is abundance, and it's going to help you grow and be more independent. And
Right.
I don't know if it's a business, kind of deal, but it's a great. It's going to motivate you.
And the Page of Wands is great for students.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a thumbs up. You're going to get something out of it. It might be fun. It's going to spark a lot of new ideas. So this says, yes, 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 let's do it.
And for my karma cards, since we got enough oracles here, it's like a barbershop, 4 barbers, no waiting. I picked a planet and I got Uranus or Uranus.
It's going to be,
which is exactly what Theresa was saying about being fun and exciting and new. And
shake up new ideas.
Yeah.
Breaking up, moving
Yes.
some stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, Uranus is the planet that if you want to keep your life new and exciting, it'll help you. And if you don't want to keep your life new and exciting, it'll help you, but you won't like the way it helps you.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Ask the Oracles. We're up to 3 screens. We're rocking and rolling here and Ask the Oracles.
Do we need lightning round?
Soon, Lauren, it's 1:25. I can't hear you, Laura.
Theresa, our lightning round is the kind of lightning that you can run away from if it happens to be coming at you.
We don't know how to keep it short.
We got a couple more.
Okay.
Mary, you're up.
Okay.
Mary Hess? Okay.
Yes. And by the way, look what I have here.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thanks, Mary.
It's great, by the way.
Thank
So
you.
I have been having lots of dreams. I'm not asking you for interpretation.
Wait a minute. Ask Bernie for interpreting. He's better at it
I
than
think
we
that
are.
should be his specialty. We should call him in for that.
He's the dream oracle. He is. We're going to get him on.
These are very disruptive kind of experiences. And
Wait a minute. I'm an Aquarius. We love that kind of stuff.
I know. Uranus, yes.
Right.
But it's all when I'm waking up from this in the morning. I just heard that Jung said in the first 45 minutes of the day, you have your defenses down. So what I was thinking about this morning was, what is the direction that I could ask for? And that's my question.
What is the direction? But as I recall, the last question you asked was about moving, wasn't it?
Correct. But that question is not as significant as internal direction.
But I always think everything's related, like you have an energy, like from transits in astrology, when you're having a transit, it can express as a lot of different ways. And disruption is one of the ways.
I get the Protector from our new Wild Goddess Oracle. It's not even out yet. So protecting yourself, making your boundaries, thinking about asking for protection, from your guiding spirits, protecting yourself with self-care. All those things are going to make you, feel stronger to deal with whatever you have to deal with.
And I also got the 9 of Swords reversed, which means don't get stuck in the worry trap. Because if you're worrying about something or being anxious about something, it's going to be harder to see things for what they really are. So it's important not to get stuck there.
Yeah, and just to reemphasize that word stuck, I just got nurture stuck, wish granted.
Wow.
I love that. It always ties in, right?
Which is I was just pulling it the last 3, 5, 10
Nurture
seconds.
yourself with self-care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah.
Don't get stuck in the track like Theresa
said. You do get your wish granted. I like that too. So that was fun.
Yeah, wish granted.
That is good. All right. Jeff's right, like always. It's time for lightning round because I didn't realize what time it was. So
I didn't know what time it was.
Michelle Welch, you are up.
Michelle
Welch.
Michelle.
Wait a minute. We have a superstar in the audience. Where is she?
Here.
There she is.
Welcome.
Hi, I don't want to take anybody's spot, but if
This is your spot.
You've never asked us anything.
Unaccustomed as you are to public speaking.
Yeah, but we've got Theresa Reed, you got Jeff, all you guys, so I had to ask, right?
Ask away.
All right, so Soultopia is booming. We're doing great, both locations, but we've got a problem. Our main store we're out of space. So the question is, y'all, you're gonna gripe because you're gonna say it's threefold, but it's really one. More space here. Like, should we take if in this complex, an area that has more space in this complex, but this was always off the beaten path anyway, but people find it. Like if you build it, they'll come. Or move to a new area for this first store. We have another store that's in a great area, or just hold.
Okay.
Well, while they're picking cars, I got a no on just hold.
Yeah, I got to know. I got the second one was, what was your second one? Because I got the best.
Yeah, to stay and
Like
expand.
another space, like not in
Yeah,
this complex.
new space. I didn't get a great card on expanding where you are, and I didn't get a great card on holding. So this is opportunities for finding a new space. I really like that one.
And I got the sun, and I think you need to go bigger and bolder. So maybe look for something that's going to be big and bold. And I don't see this as being off the beaten path. I see this as being wide out where everyone can see it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Shining,
I think
yeah.
it's really an opportunity for you to, like, you know, be right there in the most popular place with the biggest stores right there, because that's who you are.
Yes.
You're big.
You're big.
Can I just say thank you and everybody listening? This is the superstar group, and Jeff and everybody of all the superstars this day. I was like, I had to come on. I have a reading right after this, but thanks for reading for me, you guys.
We love you, Michelle.
Michelle, tell everybody about your book before you go. Show me your book,
Yes.
please.
And Jeff, I'm sorry I didn't get anything.
Well, you have your book right there. It's
Oh,
behind
They
you.
want to see your book.
And here it is. Here's the actual. So yeah, it's The Magic of Connection. It's put out by Llewellyn. It's great. It tells you how to transmute energy instead of just accepting it the way it is. It tells you literally how to perform magic and change the energy and manage your own energy instead of blaming your energy on other people and always saying that they're negative. Take a look at your energy first before you jump to the conclusion that everybody else has bad and low energy. That's kind
So
of
important.
It's
We
so
love your
important.
book.
To answer your question briefly, Michelle, it's a long answer, but I think now's not the time to be humble. That you are basically becoming your own galaxy. You're not a planet. You're not a moon. You're much, much, much bigger. And that when you accept the fact that you're a galactic, you will understand exactly what to do.
That's beautiful, Jeff.
Yeah, you know, you might end up doing franchising or going into different places.
I think it's
I always saw that for you. I always saw
franchising.
that.
It's literally it's taking what you're doing, growing it, not allowing yourself to be modest about it, and embracing the fact that you can be humble, but at the same time be strong and big and bold, and just do it. Now is your time.
Yeah, and you have a success model that works. I mean, when we did our little store in East Hampton for a couple of years, we always thought, well, maybe someone will see it and they'll take it and they'll put it in every shopping mall, like, you know, Spencer Gifts or something like that. But you actually are succeeding. You're actually doing it. You have the organic success that is the kind of thing that could translate into a national chain.
Yeah, international.
Thank
Sorry.
you. And I wanted to say what Theresa said at the beginning. I was in my car, but I wasn't typing or anything. I was just listening. And Theresa said it's hard work being an entrepreneur. Yeah, right on it. We work our asses off. I mean, just
we do.
But yes, we do. We work really, really hard for all of this.
Especially when you have 30 employees.
So you get it done. And even if you're tired, you get it done.
Yeah, so we work really hard. But thanks for reading for me, you guys. And I'm sorry I took somebody's spot.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah, you did take somebody's spot, your spot.
Michelle, you're coming back. You're coming back on to Ask the Oracles.
Yeah, I'm back on in I think April.
April, yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Yay.
Yeah. Thanks, Theresa.
Thank you, Michelle.
See, there's a lot of good stuff going on during the pandemic.
Always good. All right, we have Nanika. It's her turn.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. My question is, I just put a bid on a house and I want to know if it's the right one for me.
Where's it located?
I'm sorry?
What city is it located? Just so I can visualize.
Sarasota, Florida.
Nice. Well, according to Amy's tarot cards, the Enchanted Tarot, that's a definite
You love it. You're in love with this house.
Oh, okay.
And I've got the Three of Pentacles, which tells me it's a good investment. It's going to need some fixing to make it feel like your place, but this is a good investment for you, Nanika.
Great. That's good news.
That's good news.
Yes, thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Plus
for being.
I'm sorry, Jeffrey.
No, I was just saying thank you for being on Ask the Oracles. That's all.
Yeah, I was
was
just going to say
great.
we have the spam oracle agrees with it because we were getting a spam call as you're saying that. So that's like sneezing when you know it's true. You got a spam call
Do you think we get more questions about moving than any other thing?
during the
No,
pandemic.
I don't know.
Really?
I think.
You crazy? You just crazy.
Because everybody needs some new light. Our next person up is Tanis. Your turn, Tanis.
Hi, Tanis.
Hi, how's everyone today?
We're good. How can we help?
So I keep getting intuitive hits about the 21st, which is the day after of this month. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So
that's.
I'm just wondering what it is that is coming on.
Well, it's the first day. It's astrological New Year.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the first day of Aries. I don't think it is this year, but I mean it
20th this year.
It's pretty damn close.
Yeah. So I just feel like there's something coming. So I just want to know what's coming.
Do you mean something coming for you or for the world?
I think it's me personally. Yeah.
I've got the 10 of Cups, which is pretty good. I think that might be an announcement from a loved one, or maybe there's going to be something happening around the family that may be a cause for celebration.
Yeah.
So I see happy news.
Yeah.
And from our Enchanted Love Tarot, I get the 8 of Roses, which is the 8 of Wands, and that's happy news also.
Excellent.
Signals. So I think when you get these hits, they're real and you have to listen to them. So you'll let us know what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because for all you non-astrologers, the first day of Aries is New Year's for astrologers.
That's when everything starts.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Anytime. Amanda, you're next.
Hi, Amanda. What's your question? Oh, sorry.
Well, since we have the intuitive tarot lady and I'm LA Lupus lady, I don't have a question. I just want intuitive lightning round card to tell me what to do because I'm feeling a little lost.
Amy got the King of Swords, which is the idea king. Sometimes we see this as a lawyer, actually, but it's an idea person, a diplomat. So I know you have no shortage of ideas. So this might mean to actually act on one.
I also got the Warrioress, and I know that's who you are. You fight for your cause, and you fight for yourself, and you fight for your health. So think of that. There's still some fight to do.
Definitely.
No letting up.
But the world is a reminder that everything is coming full circle, that everything that you are fighting for or working toward, it's coming together, and there's going to be a cause for, here's that word again, celebration for you very, very soon. So keep doing what you're doing. You're on your way to a win, a very big win.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
You know, the thing with Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey or the heroine's journey is that when you get really, the world is the last card of the major arcana. So it's telling you to hang in there, really, because the end of a major cycle is right near you, literally. Yeah. So don't give up.
We know you do, Amanda. We know it's not easy.
Because the monsters get really bad the closer you get to the goal, and then the last monster you see is yourself.
Thank you. That's this whole Monday has been a reading, and then thank you guys for that.
You're welcome.
It's our pleasure.
Love you, Amanda. Okay, next is our friend Judith. Where are you, Judith?
Hi, Judith.
Hi, Judith.
Hey.
Hey.
And we have a special guest today.
Who, the Benj?
Kitty?
The Benj.
The smallest cat in the world.
The huge, gigantic Benj. Say hi to the Nobody sees him. No one sees him because he usually, if anybody comes over, he's right under the bed.
He's a cutie.
He's a big man on campus. He says happy birthday to Zane.
Thank you.
I know you do.
What is his question?
His question is, he wants to know if Mama Judith, when she's starting to really think about what's going to go on the website that was held hostage for many years.
Wow.
And so I'm thinking about, like, you guys have, your umbrella is the enchanted world of.
Oh, you're talking about a brand.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm working with, because I do a lot of different things. And as we discussed last week, you said,
Yes.
do all of it.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
said, okay, I need an umbrella. So I've been thinking real hard on visualizing on the word shenanigans. And I needed a yay or a nay on this. He's smiling.
Oh, I love that. It's one of my favorite words.
Is it? Okay.
It's a
Well,
fun word.
It is, because, I do a lot of music. I also do astrology. I also do all kinds of things, but I'm a wise ass. So, we're thinking about wiseassery and shenanigans.
Well, the Six of Wands is going to make you stand out. It's going to make you stand out. You're not going to sound like anybody but you. If you're looking for a word that is going to really embody who you are and make you look very different from everyone else, this is saying a big go.
Okay. Thank you, Mama of the Bride.
I get the teacher. So maybe, I'm thinking subtitle.
Yeah, well, I taught music for a lot of years, but now I'm looking to expand at things where I can not damage my pelvis and my foot any more than I already have.
I think that's not too much to ask.
No.
I want a job where I don't damage my pelvis. Well, Zumba teacher is out.
I'm thinking right out. Yeah, no more hiking. No, not that I did, but
But when you want to when you're talking about a brand, you want
your tagline.
Your tagline, you want it to be short. Shenanigans might be hard for people to spell. I mean, we have the enchanted world, so who am I to say anything about that? But
I'm just thinking you need a tagline of what it is,
Yeah.
teaching you to be you or whatever it is.
And once again, here I am talking when we have a tech oracle, a
No,
real
Mich-
one.
I was just reading from the chat. Michelle Welsh says to check out the names copyright wise, because it's been used a lot. So
yeah, I actually was looking around, as a matter of fact.
But I would agree overall. If there's a word that makes you smile, that you associate with, that you just intuitively feels that will help you shine, go with it. I've made up words in the past that became a part of the vernacular in the industries that I've been in. But so you go with what makes you happy and make sure you can actually use it the way you want to use it. And so
yeah, I've been saying it's the practice of wiseassery.
But you might, you might want, again, either you're going to outsource it and see how everyone reacts, or you do what you feel is right and go with it. Be the bull in the china shop, just run with it. Because if you wait for everyone to come in and agree with you, that the opportunity may pass itself. So just, in between, there's a mediation between you, yourself, and the others. And so you want something that's reflective of who you are. And that's as unbounded as you are and as diverse as you are. And so whatever resonates with you, whether we like it or not, we may not be the customers for you, right? You want to have that site for you. And it took me 25 years to understand that. So you need to be who you are and express it however you want to. And we love you for it.
Aw, thank you, Uncle Jeff.
By the way, I saw your chart. I saw your astrology chart. Monty shared it with me, and so you.
It's so you. The lovely wise ass.
Okay, we want to finish up. I love you guys. We got like
Dude,
one, two, three, four more people. So
okay, well, lightning
You have to be
round.
really. I'm gonna have
MJ,
to
you're next.
in a few minutes because I've got a meeting
Right,
very
so we have to
shortly
be
that I have
really
to.
fast.
I know. So we're trying to finish fast. So you got to go and you got to go.
Yeah.
MJ, you're up.
Hi.
Hi, MJ.
How are you? So
We're good.
I asked two questions, but I guess I'll go with one.
You better.
So my 16-year-old daughter is like staying at her dad's and not
Just ask a question because we're in lightning round. Sorry.
Yeah, we've talked too much.
How do I create a better relationship with her? How do I create a more solid relationship with her?
I think we need an hour and a half for that one. That's for every child.
Oh, I got the big love card. It just says love.
Wow.
I mean, visualize, feel it when you're talking, see it from your heart to her heart. I mean, that's really the bottom line, right?
Yeah.
And I got the moon, and when I look at this card, I think it's really important to give her a little space. Because things are changing. The moon says everything is changing. Everything is changing. And 16 is such a tender time. And
Here's
my
your book.
daughter, and my daughter was such a jerk at 16 that we didn't get along, and we are like best friends. And the big thing that I did is I gave her space to just be who she needs to be. And I knew it would work out. So give her a little space and trust her instincts. Your motherly instincts will let you know what your daughter needs.
That's what I've been doing, but it hurts.
Yeah.
It does, but it'll get better.
The card I picked has the moon on it too.
Gorgeous.
And this is the evolve card. So I guess
It's saying what Theresa said, it will evolve into what you want it to be.
creative ideas evolve out of the invisible and profound nothingness of pre-verbal consciousness. Wow, we're getting into pre-verbal consciousness. Who wrote that? Oh, I did.
You did. All right. Wow.
Good luck, MJ.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's good.
We got 3 more. Do you have to go, Theresa? Or do
I
you
have to
a-
get going. I have another meeting that I have to do. I have to get
Sure.
ready for. So, I've
Thank
gotta
you
go.
so much. Thank you so much for joining us. It was awesome.
Thank
You're
you for
awesome.
having me. I like any excuse to hang out with Amy and Monty. So
So much
thank
fun.
You, thank you. All right, people.
We'll see you
Thank you for your
soon.
great questions.
Thanks, Theresa.
Bye.
Bye.
Luckily, we
I
have
think-
we have a thick bench here. We have a lot of oracles.
Yes.
See you soon.
Bye, Theresa. Thank you so much.
Our next question is from Heidi.
Yeah,
Heidi.
hi. Hey, similar to the prior question, but just my older son is getting ready to graduate high school. He's preparing to go on to college. What does he need from me? Because I'm a control nut. So I hear about the space, but what are you getting specifically how I can meet him where he is?
Well, I mean, I got the sun card, which is just be really happy and positive and act like a leader, and don't say that you're sad that he's leaving.
And I get the 10 of Pentacles, which is the protection card, and it's creating a strong foundation. And I think we were talking about that a little. He's great. I don't think you have to worry about him with these cards.
Right.
I would just add in, let him protect you, Heidi.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. That's spoken like a man. That's what we like to do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Heidi, don't be worried when he doesn't pack too much. Having sent 2 people to college, one of them just packed like nothing. I was like, what is this? There's room in the car. So, he knows what he needs.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Hey, everybody.
Susan,
Thank you.
Hi,
No,
Susan.
Hi. Welcome back.
Hi. Thank you guys so much. And of course, I'm surrounded by all of our amazing tools that you guys keep putting out.
Thank you.
I'm so
Thank you.
grateful.
Aw.
And I have your counsel almost every day because these have been by my side. I've got like 6 working copies of these and 4 in reserve. One
Thank you
down
so
in
much.
storage. It's the best stuff ever. And so changing, and you guys have been helping me pinpoint what to do, moving away from bed and breakfast into a healing opportunity to help people with their health. So I hired the feng shui author Karen Rao Carter to come to the bed and breakfast and feng shui it. And then she also came to a redecorating project we were doing. I have a great new team.
So what's the question?
She suggested we add certifying my team and flying them into the client's home to feng shui their house as part of what we do for them to correct the problems that sent them to us in the first place and anything else in the 9 areas of health. It's a huge idea, but it feels so good because it's really a completing process. Will we successfully be able to really effectively help people?
I think
by
so. According to the
combining
card,
health
Amy
and
picked the
function?
sun.
Wow.
Yeah, the sun is the card you want to see for
That's
that
a big
question.
yes.
Oh, good. It feels so, yes, it really
Yes.
feels great.
It
Sounds
does
good to
feel
me.
yes.
Thank
and-
you.
Do you want to add anything, Jeff?
I was just gonna say it's gonna be the execution of it, Susan. You have to worry about. It's not. This is not the idea. The idea sounds wonderful, but it's the details associated with the execution of how you make that happen. Particularly where we are today, versus the timeline of where you want to get to. And don't forget to protect your home base first.
Well,
That's
I'm
what-
thinking of not using the bed and breakfast, but working with people by remote. I have 2 different naturopaths that can do the work, technology.
Yeah,
but
I
from
think
afar.
that could work, but the bed and breakfast you're at is going to evolve into a very sacred space.
Mhm.
And I would, just realign yourself. Well, think about what you really want to do before you give up your energy to someone else. It is a great idea,
Mhm.
but you got to figure out where your priorities are and
Well,
balance them.
my basic problem is I've figured out I really don't want to be at the bed and breakfast. I want to be in Tennessee with my
there you go.
soon to be
So-
husband.
Well, there you go.
But I want the place and I want to do these things, but I do know I want to be home with my fellow.
We're killing the lightning round. I agree with
I'm
you that
sorry.
you're torn. I know. I felt you were torn. I think there's a difference between doing what you love and doing what you do, and then fighting it. And it's like you got to come to peace with where your priorities are. But there's no doubt that you have great opportunities no matter what you do. But you need to be the one who leads that.
Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you.
Thank you, Susan.
Okay, we have 2 more. First comes Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Hey, Donna.
This is our friend Donna.
Hey, Donna.
Another Aries.
Exactly. I'll be 69, darling, very soon. So part of my question is moving. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's okay.
No surprise.
But it's because I'm in a safe place for another 6 months in Vermont to recuperate. And I'm doing really well. I focus on all my healing rituals. But I need to get to Bulgaria to sell the factory and get some money in my pocket because
Right.
you lost everything. So with that said, this is the issue. In 6 months, it'll be September. Who knows what'll be going on with COVID, but I'll be able to go because I will be able to transfer this property. It's a complex.
What's the question,
Right.
honey?
So what's the question?
The question is, can I trust these people to not kill me?
In Bulgaria?
Wow, that's quite the question.
Is that really your question?
If that's really your question, I think you should be asking. You should be hiring a bodyguard when you get over there.
Well, I will have one, but rather than kill me, can I trust the people that took advantage all those years?
No, I mean,
actually, when you were talking, Donna, and not knowing where you were going, I felt very scared and protective of you.
Yes.
So that was before you got to the killer line. So
That's
I'd
what
be.
I wanted, this intuitive feeling like,
You
what am I
made me
doing?
very nervous about your safety before you asked the question, as you were asking the question. So
yeah, and you can't hire a notary or somebody over there to sell it for you without you
That's what I
actually
was
going.
thinking.
I mean, they're going to rip you off, but they're going to rip you off whether you're there or not. So you might be better off just
More
taking a loss and just not driving yourself crazy about
or
it.
find someone to be you. But
No worries, I know that, but the I have to get there for setting in place the legal stuff. Really,
Really?
I'm not worried about because it's in George's name. I just let it sit since he died, 7 years ago.
you can't find an international attorney to be your proxy who will work
I
with you
have
there.
I can trust. There's somebody.
Well, you
I
can't
think
trust
that's the way to
anybody.
go.
Yeah, I
You
don't
have a
think you should
proxy,
go.
And that'll protect you and that'll help it work
You got to
out.
protect yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've worked really hard to just get yourself back to being healthier again.
Yes.
And there's no sense putting yourself at risk. I think you should spend all your time trying to avoid going there yourself. And yes, you won't make as much. And yes, there'll be nefarious crap, but at least you won't have to worry about a bodyguard. You'll save money on that right there. And I was a bodyguard. I'm not trying to take work away from anybody.
No, I always have one, but the husband of my assistant. But the thing I also wanted to ask is, do you see me eventually living in Europe or Vermont?
I feel better about Vermont personally.
I do too.
Yeah, great. I get the magician for Vermont.
Yeah.
I love
technically two questions, but it's so good.
But we hope that helps, John, and we know you've
really.
been through so much. And we
really
send you lots of
continued
love.
recovery, much love, and really safety.
Yes.
Stay healthy. And in the chat, you also got a lot of yeses to stay away from Bulgaria.
Right. Well, she's an expert on Bulgaria.
No. I mean about going there to sell the property.
Gotcha. Yeah, and there's like at least 6 people that I know here are professional oracles. So if they're all saying that,
They're saying
that's good.
stay far away.
Stay far away.
Stay far
All right.
away.
One more question.
Right, here's our last
Final
question is from Dawn.
Yay! Well, I don't mean yay, but I mean yay. I mean, hi, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
Hey,
Oh,
y'all.
hi.
Hi.
Oh my God! It's another one of my astrology students. I'm so
Yes.
proud of her.
Yes,
Dawn.
thank you. Hey, y'all. Happy early birthday, Amy. I
Thank
love all this.
you.
My question for this lightning round is I am taking my license to carry handgun class this Saturday in Texas. I'm a bit nervous. Well, not nervous. The shooting part. What do I need to know to mentally make those consistent shots? And how's it going to turn out for me?
What were you going for the class? I'm sorry, I missed that.
The handgun range up the street, I'm taking my license to carry class, which involves a shooting portion as well as a classroom. So
I get the wish card, so this is a wish come true for you.
Okay.
Thank you. I mean, you by now you know how to grip the pistol, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you've seen my my shooting at the range on Facebook, maybe, Monty.
No, I haven't. I'm going to check it
Okay.
out.
So you're nervous to take the test?
Don't jerk the trigger. You know, don't have anticipatory reaction to the recoil.
I think it's going to go well.
Thank you, Amy.
And what kind of pistol do you have?
I have a SIG 365 XL.
Investigate the Delta Papa. What's Mike? Delta Papa Mike recoil.
Okay.
The recoil spring. It'll take a lot of the recoil out. This is what happens when you grow up with a policeman father.
Yeah,
I guess I asked the right
You asked the
forum
right
here.
person. Wow.
We take any question, any subject.
Ask the oracles. Stump the oracles.
Well, hey, I have to end this. Will say though, if it's Monday, it's time for Ask the Oracles.
Oracles.
And, I'd like to thank everyone who is here, our very special guest, and
next week we got Michelle Marie, our astrologer tarot friend, who
was here a second ago. I don't see her right
it's
now.
going to be the new year, it's astrological new year, and she's going to play with your karma cards, and we love Michelle Marie.
I think she knows the karma cards better than I do.
Well,
I've got them with me all the time. There we go.
Where are you? I don't see you.
We don't see you. I saw you before. Anyhow, thank you everyone who joins
There
us.
she is.
Michelle. I see Michelle. She's here.
Oh, there. I'm so glad. I thought you left. Yeah. You're going to be our guest next week, which is going to be super exciting.
And Diane's coming up soon. Diane Ferraro, who was here before, she's going to come back. She's so much fun.
We're
Diane,
so lucky. I'm so glad you're coming, Michelle Marie. You're a great astrologer. She read us.
Yeah, and me. Great readings.
Yeah, definitely worth getting one, everybody. And we'll see you next week.
we have a little birthday party too.
Yeah, we're gonna have a birthday party for Amy and Zane.
Yay!
All right. When's your birthday, Amy?
The 23rd. So
All right.
next show's the 22nd.
Great. So we'll have an early party. We'll have to have some cake for you.
Okay.
Right.
Push it in the screen.
And
Mush
shrimp
it on there.
and shrimp cake for Zane.
A special thanks to everyone, our audience, all the oracles, and really thank you for being part of a wonderful experience.
Thank you so much.
See
You
you
make
next
us all feel
week.
so
See you next
good.
week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Take good care.
Bye.
Stay healthy.
Yes, stay healthy.
Okay, I think that's a little better. Okay.